This meeting is being recorded.
Wow. Okay, so I'm sorry, you're going to have to hit OK. And now we'll begin. And I never heard that before, that this meeting is being recorded. So, yay. Happy New Year. Welcome. It's so cool to have everybody, to have all of us here tonight for this. So Yoga Nidra. Yoga Nidra is known as divine sleep, right? Or psychic sleep. And it's an attempt to access our witness consciousness, right? So the whole purpose of yoga, everybody comes to yoga for different reasons, right? But the real purpose of yoga, if you go back and look at the ancient texts, right, is to still the mind. Because when we still the mind, we can get in touch with that part of us, right? That part of us, that intelligence that knows, that has the answers. And with Kripalu Yoga, I talk a lot about non-judgmental, compassionate awareness, right? We're supposed to take the step back. We're supposed to observe without judging, without labeling. So that part that we're trying to access there is known as the witness consciousness, right? Who is the observer? And we only have an hour, so we're not going to get too deep into this. But if you could imagine little Russian dolls that stack one on top of the other, right? In yoga, we have 5 subtle bodies. We're not just this physical body. And we touch on the breath body when we're in class, right? Joining the movement with the breath and the way it settles down the mind, right? So the first body, the largest, the tangible, is your physical body, right? You can touch it, you can feel it, it's there, you can sense it. So that would be the biggest in these stacking dolls. Beneath that is our breath body, or the pranamaya kosha. So these subtle bodies are called koshas in the yoga traditions. So the breath body, though not as tangible, right? You can see that connection. When we get nervous, when our breath becomes shallow, right? The body will tense. You see that connection between the body and the breath. If you really want to see the connection, hold your breath for a long period of time, right? The physical body will pass out, right? So we don't see it, but it's there and we can kind of get that connection. The third kosha beneath that is the thinking mind. And in yoga, this is sometimes referred to as the monkey mind, the problem child. This is where we have a tendency to dwell on the past, live in the future, worry about things that haven't happened. And our mind is amazing. You'll hear me say it in class all the time. We have this amazing mind that analyzes all the time. And we need it, but we don't need it 24/7. And sometimes it does get in the way, right? We've conditioned ourselves from maybe tapes and things that we learned when we were small, when we were young, that no longer serve us, but it's still there in that thinking mind, and that's still the way that we react. Beneath that, right, we get to that 4th layer is the witness consciousness. And this is what we try to tap into when we come into Yoga Nidra, when we come into a yoga class. So in a yoga class, you might have these teeny tiny moments when we're doing something on the mat. It could be a familiar flow, something that we do so often that you don't even have to think about it. It just becomes meditative, where you might feel this sense where you're not even thinking about anything, right? That space between the thoughts, or you might completely lose the time, right? You get so absorbed into what you're doing, right? When that happens, we're usually touching on that witness consciousness. But the minute we realize that, we're back into the thinking mind. So it could be exhausting, right? Trying to get there. Beneath that is the Anandamaya Kosha, which is the bliss body. So this is the part of us, right, that has always existed, that exists beyond the physical body, that's connected to source or whatever other name you want to give it, right? Connected to the universe, God, your higher power. And when we come to meditation, when we come to any kind of like mantra, japa, any of those practices, that's what we're trying to access. Right? So you thought you were just here to work on your flexibility and your balance, right? So how do we get there? Through the breath, right? The way we get to so many other things in our practice, the gateway in is through the breath body. And before we get into the practice, and I'll talk a little bit about before we get into it, just some things you might experience, right? You might fall asleep. Some people love it. Some people could get agitated, irritated. Some people feel nothing at all. I used to teach this to the teachers as part of a yoga teacher training, and I could have 12 teachers in front of me, and every single one of them would have a different reaction. One slept through the entire thing, one loved it, one's crying, one hates me, so it's always different every time you come through. Just try to stay open. And the best part about it is with practice, it helps us stay in the present moment, right? Again, we spend so much of our life either in the past or the future. And it's something that I've been trying so hard to stay like in the present moment. And sometimes it's fun to think like we're going on a cruise Saturday. I want to be there. No, but when we do that, life is happening now. And think of how many times, when we were young, we couldn't wait to finish school. We couldn't wait to get out on our own. We couldn't wait to get married, to have kids. And we couldn't wait for the kids to get older and grow up. Then we couldn't, it's always when I get married, when I retire, when I lose weight, when I meet that special someone, when I get divorced, whatever, right? No, life is happening now. So when we bring all of our attention into our body and our breath, we are in that present moment. And that's the gift that Yoga Nidra gives us, right? One of the many gifts. So find a comfortable position, whatever that is for you. You could do this laying down. You could do this legs up the wall. You can even do this seated, whatever your body is calling for. And if you need to make some movement, once you get there to be comfortable, do that. And before we go into it, I just want to wish everyone a happy and healthy 2024, right? We're starting a new year. And one of the reasons I thought of doing this instead of our regular class is I see so much in the beginning of the year, people making resolutions. And resolutions go against everything Kripalu Yoga stands for, right? A resolution is saying, if there is something wrong with me and I need to change it. And that's where an intention is so much more powerful and gentler and also fluid, right? It's not this goal that you have to make. So instead of changing, because we know that we are perfect just the way we show up, maybe set an intention to be a little kinder to yourself, right? To give yourself rest when you need that rest, to give yourself space, the permission to say no. So as we prepare for the practice, you might want to just bring into your mind some of the intentions that you would like to set this year, because it's a very powerful thing to have that in your consciousness when we come into our Yoga Nidra. And then make yourself really comfortable and begin to settle in. And before we start the practice, know that whatever it is you're experiencing is your experience, right? There is no wrong or right way to do this. And at any time, if you become uncomfortable with the practice, feel free to completely turn off my voice and just go back to your breath or whatever that intention is that you're setting. So take a few moments here, right? And just become aware of the body, the physical body, exactly how it's showing up tonight, with no expectations, right? No wrong, no right, no way that you should be. Just scan the body and notice what's present. And as you scan the body, right, and begin to notice if that little critic pops in. And if it does, can you take that step back and just imagine that you're watching, right? Just observing someone else, observing their body. I want you to think of a place that feels very safe to you, a place that you love to go. This could be a place from your past. This could be an imaginary place that you've only dreamed of going, or someplace that you've been. It could be out in nature. It could be in your own home. It could be a person, a furry animal. Just bringing into your consciousness something, someone, some being that makes you feel really, really safe. And at any time during the practice, if you become uncomfortable, bring yourself to this place or this person until you feel that you can come back and join the practice. Notice the body being supported. Notice the support beneath you. And then see if you can just settle into that support, allowing the body to become a little heavier and softer. And then begin to deepen the breath. Notice where you feel the inhalations entering the body. And then notice the exhalation. And again, we're just bringing our attention to the breath. We're not changing anything, right? Just noticing what's present right here, right now in the body. Notice the energy level of the body. Maybe this is the first time all day that you had that opportunity to notice how the body is feeling. And again, no judgment, just noticing, observing. How is the body feeling? How is the body showing up? And then noticing any emotions that are also present. Right? And remembering that we are not these emotions. We are not this physical body. We are not these thoughts that come and go. Right? Whatever emotions are present, honoring them, knowing that happiness and sadness can exist side by side. Gratefulness and regret can exist together. And there is no wrong or right, and there's no denying of what you're feeling. But whenever the emotions arise, again, try to take that step back. Can we become the observer, right? Noticing the emotion that's present, and then noticing the reactions that are connected to those emotions. And from that place of the observer is where the change can come from, right? When we're in that emotion, but we're too deep, right? It isn't until you take that step back. So just noticing how the body's showing up, physical, emotional. And then see if you can bring all of your awareness and all of your attention to the breath. It's just noticing that breath as it moves through the body. That cool air entering through the nostrils, traveling down the throat. The expansion on the inhalation, that turn when the inhalation becomes an exhalation, and following that breath back out. Cool breath coming in, and warm breath leaving the body. And with every exhalation, can you start to release your day? Releasing any tension in the shoulders, relaxing the jaw, relaxing the little corners of the eyes. And then noticing all the places the body is touching. Maybe the lips are gently touching, the eyelids are touching. Notice if there's any squeezing. And if you find that, can you create a little space so that the eyes are gently closed? Maybe the lips are gently parted. And the breath is flowing freely in and out, effortless, like a beautiful wave washing over the body. Imagining a beautiful golden light just hovering above the heart space. And as you inhale, imagine bringing this light right into the heart. And as you exhale, imagine sending that light out to every single cell in the body. Inhalation, the light becomes brighter. Exhalation, the light spreads until the body is completely enveloped in this beautiful cocoon of loving energy, held and supported and completely safe. And in this safe space, just allowing the body to settle in a tiny bit more. We're going to take a journey through the body, just bringing our awareness to different areas. And simply by bringing your awareness to the body part, right? You don't have to touch it. You don't have to move. You'll notice it begins to relax and settle, right? That's the energy. Relaxation is an energy. And just by shining our awareness into those areas of the body will respond. So start by becoming aware of the sensations inside of the mouth. Just noticing the mouth, the warmth, the moisture. Noticing the tongue. In what position is the tongue? Is it gently resting on the bottom, or maybe the tip of the tongue resting on the roof of the mouth? Is there any tension in the jaw? Can you gently separate the back teeth and feel the teeth and the tongue, the lips? Just bringing all of your awareness inside the mouth. And then letting your awareness move from the mouth into the cheeks and the space all around the nostrils. Can you feel the breath? If you are breathing through the nostrils, can you feel the breath moving in through the nostrils, that cool air? And as you exhale, that warmth coming back out. right? Just for a few moments, bringing your awareness into that space all around the nostrils. And then moving to the temples, right? Can we relax that space around the temples, the little corners of the eyes and the eyelids? Can you feel the eyes gently resting in the sockets, imagining them as beautiful, glowing orbs, just resting and bringing your awareness to the space between the eyebrows, our third eye, our point of intuition. Breathing into this space. And as you exhale, feeling that space soften and letting the forehead soften. And then let that continue to the scalp, softening all around the scalp and down the back of the head. And then notice the ears. Notice the ear canals. Notice the ears listening to the sound of my voice. And then bringing your attention to the back of the neck and the sides of the neck. And just imagining all of those muscles dissolving, relaxing, and letting go. And bring your attention to the right palm, sensing the right palm, sensing the back of the right hand, and sensing the right thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, and pinky. Feeling the hand, front, back, and all 5 fingers. And then bringing your awareness to the wrist, the forearm. Notice the elbow, the upper arm, the shoulder, and the right shoulder blade. And then just sensing that right arm from the shoulder blade all the way down the arm and out through the fingertips. Imagining that beautiful golden light streaming down, relaxing, rejuvenating that entire right side of the arm. And then bring your attention to the left palm, the left back of the hand, the left thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, and pinky. Feeling the entire left hand, front, back, and all 5 fingers. And then bringing your awareness to the left wrist, the left forearm, the left elbow, the left upper arm, the left shoulder, the left shoulder blade, and then sensing that left arm from the shoulder blade all the way down out through the fingertips. Beautiful light and energy flowing through. Feeling that entire left arm. And then bring your attention back to the right arm. Feel the right arm. And feel the left arm. Then feel both together from shoulders all the way out through the fingertips. And then bring your attention to the upper back, Feel the upper back. Feel the movement of the breath. Feel the middle back. And feel the lower back. Feel the right side of the torso. And feel the left side of the torso. And then feel the entire back and both sides of the torso together. Bringing your attention to the chest, the space around the heart and the ribs. Noticing on the inhalation, the flaring, the expanding of that upper chest. Notice on the exhalation how the upper chest surrenders into the upper back. Feel the space around the heart and the ribs. And feel the waist. And then feel the belly. Feel the expansion of the belly as we breathe in. And the surrender as everything comes back together on the exhalation. And just for a few moments, watching the breath as it moves through the torso. Like a beautiful bellow, right? Expanding with breath and prana. Releasing with the exhalation. Inhalation, bringing everything good into our lives. Exhalation, releasing anything that isn't serving us. And then bring your attention to the sole of the right foot. Feel the sole of the foot, the heel of the foot, the ball of the foot. Feel the right big toe, the second toe, the third toe, the fourth toe, and the pinky toe on the right side. Feel the top of the right foot, and then feel that right foot as a unit. Top of the foot, heel, bottom of the foot, and all 5 toes. And bringing your awareness from the foot into the right ankle. From the ankle into the calf and the shin. And into the knee. And into the thighs. Right thigh. Right hip. Right seat muscle and pelvis. And then sensing that entire right side from the right seat and hip all the way down the leg to the right toes. Sensing that right leg. Seeing it illuminated with that beautiful golden healing energy. And then shifting your attention to the left foot, the ball of the foot, the arches, the heel, the left big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, and pinky toe. Feel the top of the left foot. And then feel the left foot as a unit. Top, bottom, heel, all 5 toes. And then bring your awareness to the left ankle, the left calf and shin, the left knee, kneecap, the left thigh, the left hip, the left seat muscle, and the pelvis. And feeling that left side from the hip all the way down through the toes. Feeling the left leg, And then feeling the right leg and feeling both legs together. And then just allowing the body to be exactly the way it is. Bringing our attention back to the breath, the inhalation and the exhalation, like a beautiful gentle wave washing over the body. And I want you to imagine a staircase, 10 steps. You decide whether they go up or whether they go down. And imagine yourself stepping on to the first step as the body becomes more relaxed. And then stepping on to the second, then the third, and the fourth step, body and breath moving together to the fifth step, the sixth step, the seventh, the eighth. You begin to see light as you move to the ninth step, and the 10th step brings you up to a beautiful clearing. Imagining this beautiful space, whatever that is for you. It could be a lake, it could be a beach, it could be the mountains, it could be a place you've been before or a place you'd love to be. But just for a moment, bring all of your awareness into this space, this beautiful surrounding. Can you feel the temperature on your skin? Can you hear the sounds? Maybe the birds and the trees, maybe the ocean if you're on the beach. And can you allow yourself to become completely absorbed in this beautiful surrounding? And as you walk a little bit further into the clearing, you see a comfy chair. And again, this chair is whatever you want it to be. And you move to this comfy chair and you allow the body to just be held and supported. And you close your eyes, knowing that there is absolutely nowhere to go and nowhere to be except right here, right now, in this moment. And with all this freedom of nothing to do and nowhere to be, you scan the body and you ask your body what it needs. And that answer will be different for everyone. But what is something that your body would love? What is a short-term goal? Maybe there's a longer-term goal. Is there something that your heart desires? That you haven't heard because of the noise and the busyness that our life brings us all the time? What if we promised to be kinder to ourselves, to understand better just how much we bear as humans on this exhausting treadmill of life? And what if we pledge to rest before our bodies force us? Let's pledge to stop and drink in life as it happens, Let's pledge to strip away a layer of perfection to reveal the flawed and wondrous humanity that we truly are inside. Instead of starting a year with demands on our already overstrained humanity, could we be learning to accept that we are always supposed to be imperfect? And that is where the beauty lives, actually. And if we can only find that beauty, we would also find peace. And so, can we allow ourselves to show up exactly the way we are? Bring your attention back to any thoughts that might be present. If the mind began to wander, can you bring your focus back to the breath? The breath moving through the body. May your heart stay open. May you feel seen. May you feel heard and accepted. May you find safety, and may you be joyful. May you experience pleasure, and may you always be well. Taking a few moments here, resting in that comfy chair, and adding any other affirmation, any other little bit of love that your mind and your body might need to hear right now. With no judgment, just coming from the heart. What is your heart's desire in this moment? And just imagine that as if it is already here. Just being here in this moment right now with the breath moving through the body. This moment right here, right now is perfect. No changes necessary. Everything we could possibly need is right here with this next breath. And remembering that right here, this next breath is where our life takes place. Not tomorrow, not yesterday, right now. Noticing the sensations, how you're feeling right now in this moment, where everything is perfect and nothing needs to change. And taking just a few more moments here in silence to see if there are any other messages that your body has for you. Our body speaks to us in colors and images, not necessarily words, songs, melodies, whatever it is, be open, stay open. And if nothing comes up, that's good too. Just a few moments more, just resting in your comfy chair, feeling the beauty of the place surrounding you. And then beginning to make our journey back. So slowly coming up from the chair, taking one more look around at your beautiful surroundings. Maybe they changed from the first time you sat down. That's okay. Taking in the sounds, the smells, the sights, and then slowly and mindfully making your way back to the stairs. Noticing step 10, and then stepping down to 9, to 8, beginning to deepen the breath as we step to 7 and 6 and 5 and 4, 3, 2, and 1. And begin to bring your awareness back, noticing the sounds, sound of my voice. Maybe there's some distant sounds from another room. Noticing the temperature, the air on the skin, and just coming back to your surroundings. Begin to deepen the breath just a little bit. And invite some gentle movement back into the body. Start slow. It could be as simple as bringing a palm to the belly, one palm to the heart, and just feeling the rise and fall of the breath on the body. Once you connect with that breath, maybe gently turning the head from side to side. Maybe a big stretch, like you're just waking up. Any kind of movement back to the body that feels good. Taking your time and eventually finding your way onto your favorite side in a fetal position. And just resting in the fetal position before we come out. I just want to share a little bit on the witness. This is by Stephen Cope from the Yoga and the Quest for the True Self. The witness does not choose for or against any aspect of reality. The witness does not split life into good and bad, right and wrong, high and low, or spiritual and non-spiritual. The witness does not censor life. The witness allows all thoughts, feelings, and sensations to receive the light of awareness without discriminating. Witnessing is a whole body experience. Instead of an intellectual exercise, the witness receives experience by feeling the reverberations of sensation with the whole physical, emotional organism. Witness consciousness is always present, at least in its potential form, in every human being at every moment. That's so important, right? This is something we can tap into. We don't have to create the witness. This enlightened quality of consciousness needs only to be recognized, evoked, claimed, and cultivated. So by practicing this type of yoga nidra, right, we make that stronger. The witness is capable of standing completely still, even in the center of the whirlwind of sensations, thoughts, feelings, fantasies, even in serious mental and physical illness. The witness can objectively observe dramatic or intense experiences, even as we're having that experience. And the witness goes everywhere. The witness is connected to the quantum field of mind and matter, standing outside time and space, living in the eternal now. Well, before we move from this fetal position, just bringing your awareness back, right? Just noticing, observing sensations, observing thoughts, observing breath, and then noticing who the observer is. And then whenever you feel ready, gently bringing yourself into any comfortable seat as we join the palms together at the heart and bow our head to the heart in gratitude for this time together, in gratitude for this practice, this beautiful sangha that continues to show up, and wishing you a happy and healthy 2024. May we continue to come together, to learn together, to feel, to breathe, to move together. It's always such an honor to be sharing this with you. Namaste. Thank you so much, guys. I will turn off that recording